Today, let's do a book haul and an unhaul. Welcome to this House of Books. My name is Ashley, and like I said, yes, I have some books that I have hauled this past month, so I want to share those. And then I also have some books that I am unhauling. Most of them, I think all of them, I talked about in my October wrap-up video. But since it is the end of the year, I do want to go through my bookshelves and see if there's anything that I want to get rid of. I am at capacity. I have this shelf, there's a TV stand, and then on the other side of that, there's another shelf just like this. And then I have a hutch in my kitchen where the top shelves are books right now. It's mostly book of the month and classics, but I am going to need that hutch as like a kitchen hutch pretty soon. So we are going to be getting more shelf space, but I still want to go through and see if there's anything that I don't necessarily really want to hold on to anymore, just to make some more space. Like, yeah, I have every single one is filled this way, and I think every single shelf, maybe except for like one, has stacks going up and they almost reach the very tippy top. There's a lot of books, but let's get into our haul portion. I have a cup of coffee. I'm gonna take a sip and let's talk about what I got. Alright, so the first book that I have is The Witch of Pungo by Scott O. Moore. This is actually local history, and of course it has turned into like folklore. This talks about the last woman in Virginia that was ducked or dunked into the water. So I actually went and heard this author speak at our local library, and it was so much fun. Great. One of my book clubs is going to try to squeeze this into our book club next year. But while we were there, he did a raffle at the end, and I actually got it and was able to get him to sign it. So, very cool. I'm excited to have this one. Let's go cozy vibes. So I did get The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. This is by Lori Gilmore. This is the second after the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I read last month, and I gave it 3.5 stars. It kind of did what I needed it to do at that point, and I'm kind of hoping that this one does the same. Are they great literature? Absolutely not. Is there issues with the kind of layout of the book that could be better? Yes. You know what? I'm still here for the cozy vibes. I am not into Christmas books yet. There is a third one that is about, like a Christmas tree farm. So I'm hoping to read this month. And if I like it, maybe I'll pick up the Christmas one, just for those books that don't require a lot of brain power. Speaking of book clubs, so we meet at a Barnes & Noble. And Barnes & Noble does a lot of times, if you buy a cafe item, they have a book up there that you can get for like $5. Super great. They had Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I have seen this one around a lot, and I mean, for $5, I'm gonna check it out. It's about Jack the Ripper, but I believe... Oh wait, I was the girl who loved Stalking the Ripper. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I think we could all use a little female rage. Last two books in this little pile are definitely romantasy. I am testing out romantasy. I'm having kind of middle of the line luck with it, but I have House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildstein. This sticker is being a pain to get off. I need to pull out my hairdryer to help get it off. Free the Crows, Fallon, and They Will Make You Queen. Alright, it deals with Faye. It's gonna be romantasy. It's pretty. Is it gonna be great? I don't know, probably not, but I am giving it a really good test to see if I can find some good romantasy books. This one is definitely not a new book, but I have never read this author before, and so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna check it out. This is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. She is a very known author for like romantasy type books. So I thought I would give it a shot. My next is my massive book of the month haul for this month. I got a lot this month. But if you are interested in, this is not sponsored in any way. If you're interested in trying it out, my link is down below. The first one that I got is The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. I'm here for those vibes on the cover. A wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy. I love cozy fantasy. I love found family. So I think that this one looks really cute. I added this as a pick, and then I saw people saying they don't understand why it was a pick. It came out in 2023. So I'm not sure why Book of the Month put it up there as a pick, but I will check it out. It's a really pretty cover. So this is The Road of Bones by Demi Winters, and it's book 1 of the Ashen series. I mean, it's gorgeous. I am here for the vibes, but we'll see. All right, in this epic and immersive Viking-inspired romantic fantasy, a woman fleeing a ruthless assassin accidentally joins forces with a group of mercenaries and must use all her cunning to escape with her life and her heart intact. You know what? I'm here for it. I would love to find a good Viking-inspired fantasy, and if it has some romance in it too, fantastic. I'll try it. Then this was one of their add-ons, and this is Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez. This is book 2 after... Shoot, what is the first one? What the River Knows. It's YA. I enjoyed book 1 enough that I definitely want to check this one out. It is book 2, so it's hard to kind of say what it is about. It is described as a lush, immersive fantasy set in historic Egypt, filled with adventure and rivals to lovers romance like no other. That's basically it. I love the covers of both of these, and I'm glad to check out book 2. And then the next book that I got, it's an older book, and I have found that I really like kind of like Russian folklore, folk tale kind of stories. I don't know, I just like the vibes that they give. So I finally decided to pick up Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nethercott. So this is a Baba Yaga retelling. So it says, a sweeping adventure illuminated by Jewish folklore and adorned with lyrical prose as tantalizing and sweet as briar berries. Thistlefoot is an immersive modern fantasy saga by a bold new talent. I heard Emily from ARG Schooling just raving about this book, and I've heard other people raving about this book since it came out a couple of years ago, and so I have decided to pick it up. Everyone comes with a bookmark. This one says, I'll just wait here. Alright, so that is the end of my book haul. So I have a couple books here that I'm going to talk about first that I am unhauling, and then we'll go through my shelves and see what I have. So I am getting rid of Rogue Protocol. This is book 2 or 3? I can't remember. Of the Murderbat Diaries series. I last month read book 3 and I couldn't get my brain to stay on with the story at all. Like, I just couldn't do it. So I have decided to unhaul book 2 and 3. I am going to keep book 1 because I did find it entertaining. Wormwood Abbey, I talked about this in my monthly wrap-up too. Nope, the writing was horrible. And then I also have The House Witch. Just the story was blah, and the character, I just didn't like his qualities. So, that is what I have. I'm going to take another sip of coffee, and then we're going to start moving. We're going to start over here on this bookshelf, which is really all like fantasy, some sci-fi. So, let's take a look. Alright, I'm not going to be going through and talking about like what I've read, what I haven't read, but this shelf, let's see, these, Matt Haig, some other fantasy, my TJ Klune. This is also my shelf of Sarah J. Maas. I am definitely keeping the court books, and I have not started her new series. I'm a little apprehensive about starting her new series because people have generally not liked it, but those are all staying. Alright, here's my next shelf. I read this a couple months ago, and it was okay. I was not totally sold on some of the romantic elements that happened in this book, and yeah, I think I'm done with it. Through this book is fantastic. Definitely staying. All right, here's another one I read, I think like this summer, and it was okay. I really didn't like the last part of it and the way that story went. I have gotten rid of the other books that I had in this series, and I held on to this because it was okay. I think I'm gonna let it go though. Everything else is here to stay. Here is my next shelf. So I think, yes, all the books here are staying. They're all wonderful. I love them. These are staying. All of these and all of these. This one is a maybe. I'm gonna keep it for right now. I did read it this past month and it was okay. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I might pick up the next one and check it out. But it's gonna stay for right now. Next shelf, all of these, yeah, I'm gonna keep all of these. I'm gonna keep these. The only ones that I'm not sure about are these. I read this one and gave it 4 stars. The second one, I think I gave 3.5 stars. I am not sold on the story and the writing. I had a hard time actually following the storyline in this one just because I wasn't invested in it. Yeah, I might pull them. I think this coming year, I want to read books that I really, really am interested in, and I'm not super interested in following it anymore. Alright. That freed up some space. Here is my bottom shelf. I think everything right now is here to stay. This one was okay. I've heard that the prequel of it, which is also kind of more of a standalone, is better. So I might make this a priority to read it in the beginning of the year and see, but for right now, they are both staying. I also, on top of these books, was this. I got this a couple months ago in one of my book of the month things. I have absolutely no interest in it. I am not holding on to it. This is my next bookshelf, so the one that I started filming in front of. This definitely has fantasy and things that are coming over into this shelf along with sci-fi, but it also has more of like contemporary fiction, maybe some mystery kind of books, and historical fiction. So it has a different mix than the other shelf. I think. Alright. Spoiler. I read this one, the first one, and didn't totally like it. Let me know down in the comments, should I keep this one? And is it better than the first one? I am not totally invested. I think it's going to go in my unhaul pile for right now. Because, yeah, I didn't really like the first one. Alright, I think I'm also going to get rid of this. This is The Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I read this for one of my in-person book clubs, I think this year, and it was okay. It was entertaining. I am not going to continue on with the series, and I'm okay letting it go. Next shelf. Let's see. Alright, so this one I bought for one of my in-person book clubs, and I ended up not reading it. I did not have the brain power for it. I might be interested in picking it up. We will see. I'm going to hold on to it for right now. It is a beautiful cover. So that one will stay. These. Yeah, I might keep that one. This one was cute. Yeah, it served its purpose. Keep. And I think these I'm going to keep as well. Alright, next shelf. I think keep. Yeah, I think keep all of these. Finlay Donovan. I have had the third one on my TBR for a long time, and I need to check it out because I'm holding on to these to see how I like the third one and if I am going to continue on with the series or not. I will probably not, but tentatively these will just stay on. Yeah, then I think I want to keep all of these. Alright, I didn't get rid of anything from that shelf. Yikes. Okay, I had this problem with a video that I made for my other channel this week where I was stopping and starting and stopping and starting, and I messed myself up. So let me refilm this shelf. I'm keeping everything here. Either I haven't read it or it was okay and I enjoyed it, so I'm going to keep it. I just did a big unhaul of a bunch of my historical fiction here, and so I think I'm keeping everything. I did pull this one off, and this is The Nature of Fragile Things by Susan Meisner. I read it a handful of years ago, and it was okay, and I enjoyed it. It's set in the early 1900s when the major huge earthquake in San Francisco hit, and you're following a woman with her experience with that and her experience in other things. It was okay, but I don't think I need to hold on to it. So that one's gonna go. Last shelf here. The Last House on the Street by Diane Chamberlain. I've never read anything by Diane Chamberlain. Two women, a generation apart, find themselves bound by tragedy in an unsolved, decades-old mystery. I don't know that I would pick this one up on my own anymore. This might be a let go. I think that this is the only one, other than The Two Twisted Crowns, that I haven't read yet. But I think I'm ready to let that go. Alright, want to keep. Up here. Let me look at this one. Alright, so this one, The Lioness by Chris Beaujolain. Oh, it has a cute little heart drawn in it. I got it used. Luxurious African safari turns deadly for a Hollywood star and her entourage in this riveting historical thriller from the New York Times bestseller. As you might know, I have been having a more difficult time with historical fiction, and thriller is really not my genre. I don't know, I might keep this one for a little bit. One of my book clubs really does like more historical and a little bit like thriller, so I might save this, and if it doesn't get picked, I think I'm hosting in February. It's really cool how we set it up. Whoever's hosting the next month, that previous month brings 3 to 4 different books as suggestions. We talk about it, and we all vote on it. So I think I'm going to hold on to this one because I host in February. And if it doesn't get picked for the February book, I think I will let this one go. But I will hold on to it for now. I do have space here, so I think... squeeze it in there. Make this pile look a little bit better. Even bring that one. Perfect. Now this pile doesn't look so crazy. Alright, so that is it for my really tall bookshelves. Let's go over to my hutch and take a look there. We are now at my hutch. These are the two main shelves here that I will be talking about. Let's see. Let me go over to the other side. Alright, so this stack here and into here are books that I have read. I might get rid of The Lincoln Highway and also The Lost Apothecary. I enjoyed The Lost Apothecary when I read it. I did pick up her second book and really didn't like it. So, let me pull this both off. So I pulled both of these, reorganize this just a little bit, get into the ones that I haven't read yet. I think all of these I do want to try. Here I have some books that I've borrowed from my mom that I do need to read and get back to her. Classics, a bunch of Agatha Christie. I have been doing, reading Agatha Christie's 10 favorite books that she wrote. And so I will probably be going through some of these and not holding on to them. But for right now, I think I'm going to keep those. I liked and loved all of those. Little bit of Christmas books. I've read these and they were entertaining. I'm going to be reading this one during Christmas. And yeah, keep all of those. All right. So let's go back over to the couch and talk about the books that I am unhauling. Back over here, let's go through the books that I am unhauling. This weird little thing. And then before the coffee gets cold, like I said, just didn't enjoy the last plot line in that. Bring it down just a little bit more. Oh, that's better. Okay. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Yeah, I think I feel okay getting rid of this and not checking out the third one. I think I'm good with that. I really was not invested in the second half of the second book. So those are gonna go. Nature of Fragile Things by Susan Meisner. Can get rid of that. Good Girl's Guide to Murder. My next is a very tentative unhaul. Let me know. Do I keep it? Do I not? I will also be asking in the video that will be posted next week about do I keep it or not. The Last House on the Street. Other than the Two Twisted Crowns, this is the only one in here. Yep, the only one that I have not read. I don't need to. I'm okay. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This came out quite a few years. Yeah, March 2021. I don't need it anymore. And then I have The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. It's a chunky book. Will I ever reread it? No. And it wasn't an all-time favorite, so save some space. I tell you what, so not counting the 3 books that I showed at the beginning of the video, just going through my shelves, I'm getting rid of 10 books. There we are. I'll take it. I definitely, want to go into next year with let's not hold on to books that don't bring us joy. Very cool. I'm happy with this haul and unhaul. I hope you like this type of video. I definitely won't do a big, huge shelf unhaul every month, but I am hoping to film my haul and unhaul of books every month, just as I read them and unhaul them. If you like this or anything else like this that I post here on this channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I will be back for more soon.